Everyone. Took me a minute or two, some energy for what's happening here. Wow. I already did post a reading today on my Patreon, and I will tell you the Patreon readings are a lot different than the YouTube collective, and I believe because the audience is different here. So, this is actually a beautiful message, to be honest, because it's almost in someone realizing here. So we have an energy here. We're starting with the fifth ray chakra, the throat chakra, right? And hi, KJ. I caught that word there. That's a good name. But what I'm noticing here is someone is finally coming to a truth, a realization. And to be honest, it's almost like, so we're relating this to the Aquarian moon, the new moon, right? New energy. Let's just put it like that. And also like talkative, right? Because Aquarians are air signs. They are talkative. But there's a fresh approach here. You know, you don't have to be an Aquarian to be affected by this new moon, but I'm seeing someone's finally realizing a truth. And the truth may be that you had everything right in front of you this whole time. To be honest, isn't this weird? Because I've never really looked at the cards like this. It's such a dark energy, and sometimes we just focus on the darkness of the card. But here I'm really happy to be able to see that this clearly is a message of someone coming out of the dark and realizing like it was right there outside your front door, the cornucopia, everything you ever wanted. So that's really beautiful beginning energy here. Someone's finally hearing the truth of their own, like their heart, their soul, like they're hearing their own truth. This is really interesting. I don't know where this is going to go, but let's see what else. Okay. I feel like we'll pull more cards there because I really didn't expect all of that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So, okay. I didn't get to ask a question yet, but oh my gosh, I saw the card flip over right in front of me. Someone's made a decision. This is the indecision card in reverse. Do I always read these cards in the reverse? No, but clearly this one was like right there in front of me. This can be someone who, I don't want to go to the bottom of the deck, but I'm getting pulled to the energy, a king of money energy, if you want to say, but king of coins, king of pentacles. This can be someone who's maybe gotten their stability in order now. Maybe this is why they're able to make a decision. This can just be also talking about the characteristics of this person. You know, maybe the physical appearance may match for some of you, maybe not. And the characteristics would be someone who's really focused on security and attaining that. Like really getting their hands on it. And I never noticed this person's hands, but they are dirty. So I don't know if that has meaning for you. Okay. Hi, Tiffany. Okay, let me just focus and then I'll go over there after. I always lose my concentration. It was so interesting in this book I wrote. I stayed focused. I stayed to the point. I stayed to what's important. And I was so proud of myself because you can probably read it in an hour. And you will have all these tips to move forward. Okay, look at what we have. We have a feminine energy here. So this could be talking about someone, you know, who already knew about the abundance, who already knew what was right in front of them, and probably is at a different stage possibly because we have this person, you know, one person over here, if this is separate energy, finally realizing the truth that's been right in front of them. And then another person over here is just like that's the past because this person already knew that. There's something very interesting with this other energy. Wow. Okay. So for some of you, I'm just going to say it. So for our feminine energies here, okay, how do I put this? You're walking away or you've been walking away. For some of you, I know it's not all of you because I know a lot of you, you don't feel the strain here, but I feel like someone's taken some time with the indecision card in reverse. Clearly they took some time, right? Now they've made a choice. Now they're finally seeing after eons or who knows how long that everything was right in front of them that they ever wanted, but they were too busy living in dark fear. And I feel like there's an energy here of a feminine energy that's just gotten herself in a place of wondering, is waiting for this at this point deceitful to myself almost, like something like this, like it's a self-respect energy. It's someone who's become very knowledgeable. And I'll tell you, for many of you, when you get to a certain level, the last thing on your mind is about having to be with this person or anyone. When you get to a certain spot, you're like, you know what? I'm great. And there's so much more to explore in this world, in my internal self, in life in general. So, like, having someone there to enjoy when you can is actually like beyond the icing on the cake. It's because you're already the icing on the cake, right? So it's a nice little cherry or something. But I do feel that someone here is tired of hostilities. If you have someone that's been hostile, you want balance in your life, and you don't want that. That energy is probably, it's pretty different than yours. And we have the deceit energy. So I do feel some of you, I'm getting so many messages with that. Some of you are like, is it disrespecting myself to stay here? Some of you are feeling like you're disrespecting even your money or your opportunities by focusing on this other situation. So the walking away card here, and with that, you are breaking a contract, which is really good. And we're actually going to look into that. There is a balance that becomes restored with that. So I have to see, oh my God, I had to see what was on the bottom, and it's the journey. I'm telling you, there's some sort of something that's happening with this energy, okay? So let's pull from the tarot deck first before I use, my decks are more for how your person's feeling. I'll explain them to you after. So let's see. This is interesting. So you're wondering, like, should I be going after my money? There's something here, and it makes sense, of course, because right now you should take all the energy you're putting into everything else and put it into yourself. And this is exactly what I've been learning over the last 72 hours. It's like we put so much energy onto other things. We could literally put it inside of us and then direct it in ourselves to get what we want within ourselves, okay? Make a long story short. Look at this. I'm not joking. This is crazy. So you really are. You're feeling disrespected by your person. This is, you have to let go of resentment, guys, but I'm just going to tell you what's coming up here. 4 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, so many people can say so many different things about that, but right now in this position, you are the one doing well. And not only that, there is an energy for those of you that are putting too much into this other person and what's going on there, which you don't have to, because it looks like they're coming to the realization on their own. But there is something with, I don't know, like you can do better than that. You really can. And not only that, the 4 of Wands here in this deck, this is my 18 card deck, spread deck. I read this as 2 people that actually have to get off of this Ferris wheel, this merry-go-round, because the 5 of Wands depicts 2 people trying to put something together that can work, that makes sense, that is sustainable. Okay. And you know what? That word, I just got a little, okay, there we go. I was going to explain something else, but I'm not going to wander. But there's that word, that's sustainable. And you know what the sustainable energy is as well with the deceit? It's like you doing what you're doing right now, if it's not focusing on yourself, is not creating anything that's sustainable for you. So there is something here for you to walk away. You will be breaking some sort of a contract that you don't even know you have, is what I see here. Because look at, I mean, this reading is very interesting. So I actually want to look into that, okay? Contract, this contract that you don't even know that you have. Well, okay, if we just go with the message, but there's a lot here. It's about choosing yourself, because this is my card. If I would choose anyone, I would choose you. If we're talking about you, then it would be, okay, I'm going to choose myself. But there's something here. There's an energy here with the Prince of Wands and the Queen of Wands here with this coming, I guess, when you choose yourself, you're pulling this person in. Now, one interesting thing I will say is so far, the other person is not showing up as a king or anything yet like that, and I mean, these are energies. So it's a serious situation. And because your person has a lot to learn. Your person has a lot to do. I'm getting like, I guess wibbling around, I don't know, winging something around. I don't know what that really, I'm just getting this like weird word I can't even pronounce here. There's like a puppet on a string. I didn't say that yet. No, I don't know why that sounds familiar to me. But there's something here. What does that mean? I'm getting this weird, like winging it around. Okay, maybe this person was literally sleeping around for some of you. 9 of Cups, doing whatever they want, which is actually giving their power away with that card coming in reverse. But there was something here that they were tied to that was not very healthy. And that's what I want to know about, okay? Because there's literally strings. And there's multiple strings. And it's the 2 of Wands. And this is about not making a choice, possibly allowing other people or another person specifically to keep them tied down. And the way that this person was keeping this one tied down was by mentally pulling their strings, their heartstrings. So how is that possible? Which I understand, like I know. So we have the 9 of Pentacles here in the Tower. That's about someone saying to this person, like, if you leave me, you know, the tower's going to happen, or you're going to lose everything. Even this person may have said, you're going to look really bad. Thank you so much, Steve Staniel. Thank you so much. That's so cute. This is what someone was doing to pull at those heartstrings. And to be honest, the energy I get from the heartstring, I'm not even mentioning it, is the 8 of Swords. So that is an unhappy situation. I mean, in this situation, the 3 of Cups can be representing that, you know, this is that third party energy. Interesting. Okay. So if you want to be single, what? Oh boy. Yeah. Money, right? I'm like, why, how? Yeah, this person, there's money involved. This is in reverse here. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Someone is saying you're going to lose everything to this person. Now, to be honest, right now, I've just got all intertwined in this message. That's just a heavy message. I didn't expect it, and it's kind of taken me off my rockers. I'm like, what the, like, where was this going? You're so, you know, you're doing your thing. This is really interesting though. It's the heartstrings. Someone's pulling at their heartstrings but why does that, it's so weird. I get so into these readings. So why does it pull at their heartstring is the question I have. You know, out of everything, why does it make them, oh, well, it could be a little bit of manipulation. I don't know, like maybe, oh, okay. So we might be dealing with someone who has been in a long-term relationship. Now, I'll tell you, and I've told you this before, when I had a situation when I was very manipulative and not in the best energy whatsoever, many years ago, okay, like beyond 10 years ago. There was a situation, I guess a catalyst, a big lesson, someone who I'm very happy I encountered. You know, technically we're cool. Let's put it like that. But I used to know exactly what to say to get, it's not to get exactly what I want. It was to spike them, to spike this person, it wasn't to get what I want, because that didn't necessarily, it's not like I wanted them to hurt, but if I wanted them to like worry, you know, yeah, like this. So this is how come I'm able to do these type of readings. And I have been able to since day one, all these karmic readings and stuff. I know the energy because I've had it before. Okay. So it hurts this person. I'll just say from my personal experience, it just hurts someone's heartstrings because it scares them. Right? Like think of anything. If someone says something to you that worries you, like you feel it in your chest, you're like, oh boy. So it's not so much that it's something about love or that this person loves the other person even. And that's why it's their heartstrings. It's because the heart is like, it's connected to your brain, your body, your digestion. It's everything. So fear will affect that. So that's really sad actually. But someone is seeing the light. So let's look into that, because I guess that was like a little message there for that. But I want to see, This person's seeing into the light. And I remember when I realized what I was doing and how I had affected that person, I made a conscious decision never to do it again, consciously. And me and that person stay in communication every once in a blue moon. And I remember we would talk and I told him, he's like, Jen, do you still like scare people or whatever? And I told him, no, I would never do that again after I saw how it affected him. It actually mentally affected this person. It's really not, but he's a great guy and he's good now. So anyhow, let's see. So this person's seeing the light, okay? So we had the Two of Cups and the Princess of Pentacles. I'm going to pull a further clarification just to make sure I'm giving the messages the card wants. So this person is seeing the light because this can be read so many ways, right? But about what with that one? Okay. It is, okay, it's a beautiful message, actually. This person is finally coming to a realization, finally figuring out some truths. Here we go back to that truth energy. There's some healing that's also happened with your person, but your person is seeing the light about this connection. And what your person is seeing is that you have always given to them. You have always offered your love and support to them, even in the toughest times. And it's not so much like a tough energy, it's a pentacle energy. So even when you had to stand strong and believe everything would work out, you still gave love. So this has to do with this person like coming to this realization. It's been in front of them the whole time. What is that about cornucopia? It's been in front of them the whole time. Love it when the cards just lay out like that. Look at the world. It's been in front of them the whole time. So yeah, we have the Four of Pentacles here in the world. Like they've held back from realizing the world's a huge thing, right? You have the world right in front of you. Hello, you know? That's like, wow, it was really right in front of them. You are this person's world too. That is amazing. And with this gut energy, because I'm all about the chakras now, I'm all about clearing my chakras, but with this gut energy, the sparkles there, this person knew it in their gut, but they were just holding on to it or something. Or maybe they just thought they had a belly ache and literally it's like, hello, you have the world. Oh my gosh, look at what's on the bottom, the devil. I personally don't even, okay, it can be because of the other message, and I'll tell you that after. But gosh, I lost the first message. 1 second. There's something here. You guys were in a hell of your, like, you know, there it is. It is. Have you ever sat there and came to the realization that you joined your person in hell or anything like that? Like I've done that before. I'm like, wow. I'm like, but I understand now more. It's a bigger picture. I've created my own everything. But I'm like, I joined them in their misery or in their suffering, in their walking away from opportunities. I think of that sometimes, like not really now, but it has crossed my mind. And I think I told myself, I don't know, it was a little while ago, like, I don't want to be in that hell. I don't want to be a part of someone else's. It's a harsh word. But yeah, so you guys were living in a situation, you couldn't even see it because these people aren't even seeing it, right? They're not even looking at each other because even the separation is like hell, especially when you know that you guys are so good together. It doesn't make sense, right? But there's another message here and it's a major message. And this was about, you were the world right in front of this person. This person was attached to, we could just say it. It doesn't have to be anyone. It could just be the mentality of hell. And they had to walk away from that. It's walking away from the old. It's going into a brand new start, a brand new beginning, a brand new you. And if you listen to any Joe Dispenza stuff, if you're ready to hear that, because like I said, I wasn't ready and now I am, you literally have to let go of everything of the past. You really do. It's like you don't look down. You know? And I do feel like that's the energy of, where was that? Oh, the Queen of Wands was on the bottom. But it's like even the Queen of Wands is like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going up. I'm going even higher. I'm going even higher. And I have the High Priestess. What else is here? It's a 10. Oh, no, 5. But I'm going even higher. High Priestess. And honestly, that's such a liberating feeling, okay? So I hope that message resonates. Now let's look into the cards. So I have two different decks here. This one is messages from the distorted them, and this one is love messages from them. So first we'll look into the issues. And the reason I put them is because I want it to be open to everyone. We don't need to put he or she. And actually I had a client, and she is transgender. I'm learning all of this, guys, right? Thank you so much again. But she, signs off. She mentioned the them. And I'm like, you know what? It's so true. It's like, why do I have to say him or her for my cards? So I literally went back and changed the cards to them for all of them. And they will always be like that because these messages are from them. It could be anyone, right? So let's see what was going on here. Let's just see what comes out here from the distorted messages. My child needs me. Now, guess what I picked up when I first saw this right now? And remember, I'm learning my own cards again. Is child issues. This person needs to go back into their childhood. My heart's not in it because it's broken. This person has, or had to, because they are seeing the light. But yeah, their child needs them. Their inner child needs them. You're damn right. It's true. We all need to heal our inner child. So it says, why do you even care? I get it. And then it says, I called, no answer. And for some of you, you don't even know. We don't know what's going on in technology. I can guarantee 100%, I was going to say 100%, people have made phone calls that have not gone through, even if it rang, even if it didn't ring, even if they thought, okay, for sure they got that message, or, well, I'm sure something happened. People have made those phone calls, and here it's saying, like, I've called, no answer. So this person may even, know, and don't worry, you don't have to reach out. Everything will work out just fine. But this person may have called and thought you were ignoring them at one point. How I don't answer calls all the time. Okay. I wanted to save people like a hero. So this person has the hero issue here. I specifically know why I wrote that. Let me do my shirt because I feel like it's supposed to be like a look, kind of. And I threw this shirt on after a lot of time trying to look decent here. So anyhow, so what this whole hero energy is that I came up with, hey, Nene, is for people that we read about all the time that seem to take on these communities. And there's nothing wrong with that because I don't want to hate on anyone who's actually helping people, right? But sometimes that's so loud. But sometimes I find for the readings I do for people, they put, sorry, this is so loud. I just want it to pass. Like, is it coming here, Sorry, okay. So the hero syndrome here. But the thing is that they put themselves so first, or the other people so first, they forget to put themselves first. And sometimes I sit there. I do a lot of sometimes here, okay? But look, I sit there and I think to myself, like, okay, and I ask myself, do you do it, Jen? If I have someone that I know is overworking and I know, and they're not even my man, they're nothing to do with me like that, but they're a friend, right? And I have good friends and they own businesses and they're working so hard sometimes. I have literally said to them, like, do you want me to work a day? Do you want me to help? Or like go take a week off? Or I've recommended it to them. And I wonder if some of the people around these hero people ever say that. Do they ever actually look at the person who's this hero and say, why don't you go and we promise we'll take care of this? I feel, and I don't want to feel like that, but what my thought was the last time I thought about that conclusion is almost that some of the people are victim mentality. So if the person did step away for a minute, it's almost like they would subconsciously create a problem so that they can call the person to be like, oh, like, look at things didn't work out when you're not here. I don't know where all these thoughts came from, but this was a recent one. And I thought of all of that. So I feel like some of the people that they're helping out so much, almost like if they did say, yeah, sure, go, don't worry. Like all of a sudden they got to call them, there's a problem. Some sort of a catch-22 there, okay? So let's get one more issue and get over these issues. I wanted to be loved like everyone else. Oh, I keep messing up, but that got me choked. Okay. Well, okay. My own cards. But that's true. Okay, I understand. I understand. Because you're dealing with someone's child issues, especially. Okay, so that's pure child issues. So, anyhow, let's go to the loving energy. That's so sad. I made some really sad cards there. Thank you so much, Steve. These is this the same person? Hi, Stino. Yeah, this weird last name. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me get a few first here. These love messages from your person. Okay, we got a few here. That's so sad, though. I want it to be loved like everyone else. We get it. We do. We understand. And that's the problem. The feminine is on you. You're so loving, right? So of course you understand. You're like, babe, like it makes you love the person even more. So anyhow, let's see what we have here. So I want this to happen fast. However, divine order is at play. That was the first card. That's powerful. Of course, they wanted it to happen fast. We all wanted it to happen fast. And guess what? We got a whole bunch of lessons instead. And not only that, we got this like textbook pushed on us that we have all of these other things to do in the meantime. We all wanted this to happen fast. Back in 2019, 2018, remember? I'll never forget 2019 for those of you that were here for it with the Paris and the love bridge and like, or the love, yeah, the bridge of love and the locks, and so many people got connected during that portal, during that August 2019 Lion Gate portal. People opened up to them on totally different levels. I'll never forget 2019 ever. Okay. And it was just, that was really the beginning. Yeah, you know. So the next card, sorry. Every moment with you feels liberating and joyful. You're damn right, because you guys are a special connection. Of course it feels like, because you have the, and you know what else? There's something here with the community, whatever you want to call the community. I feel it's like your child souls are connected. I was going to say your twin souls. So it really is like, I don't know why that was going to come out. But the child in you, and maybe because your truest self is childlike, right? We just grew up and got conditioned. If that hadn't happened, we really are just a bunch of big children, to be honest, that have been conditioned. Like some people are floppy out there and falling all over the place and rambunctious, just like a child. Like we're just a bunch of children, but bigger. So anyhow, let's be friends first. I need to know I can trust you. And that makes perfect sense. And I hope that so many of you actually do that, start over, because that would mean that you're having a fresh start. Okay. You're not bringing anything in the past, including the fact that you were more than friends before, whatever you want to call it, right? It's time for a fresh start. And it's time to build a friendship. It's, I think we did a reading and I brought up the lower chakras and all that sexual energy and stuff, but you need a balance here. Okay. So we've overdone the bottom chakras, okay, with stress and worry. It's time to like raise our vibration. So I'm so drawn to you, like an invisible force is pulling me. Okay. I wasn't sure it was going to come up there for a second. I'm like, what? Like an invisible force is pulling me. Yeah, of course. Okay. And remember this, I promise you, do the work to yourself. There's really something, it's like, self-inspiring, something about like just going and putting your stuff within. I do meditations with hands out and palms out to receive energy. And there's times, because I'm just taking these days right now to truly go within, where I face my palms down and I literally like harness the energy within me and give it back to myself. Okay, guys. So just anyhow, last message. Oh, see, I made a mistake. Of course, it's the one I show you. So I didn't put it correctly. It's cut. So you understand me like no other person. This is why I test out the deck a little first. But you understand this person like no other person. That's the truth. And that, like, I'm sure you all get that message. You know what I'm talking about when I say that. Even if you want to pretend like they don't understand you or they want to pretend like you don't understand them, there's no one else that will have a more open vessel to the person in front of you when it comes to you and this person. Like, there's no one else that they can say any single thing to. And it's not going to be like when they would say it to anyone else. And you get what I'm saying there. And even if you don't get super close all the time, you know you and your person have that connection. You know it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it.